know if you can hear me.
But we're working on audio.
YouTube, can you hear me or no? YouTube, can you hear me?
I can. Got you.
It's a Martin curse. Uh-oh.
We got YouTube audio, we just don't have room audio.
Okay, can you hear me in YouTube? Anybody hear me out there? You then, because we've just got a couple of minutes. I'm here with Todd. So we got 6 minutes. Todd, are you? Let's do a sound check for you. Can they hear you?
Not Todd.
Not yet. Not Todd. Not yet. Okay, just me. Uh-oh. Testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Maybe they can hear me now. Maybe through my microphone. I'm back. I think they can hear me now. Sound is in and out. It's okay? All right.
A little delay.
A little delay?
That's in case you cuss or something.
But we're dropping in and out. Folks, I just want to apologize in advance. We are here at the boot camp, the Income and Wealth Boot Camp. And the challenge we're having is the hotel internet. The hotel internet has been giving us a little bit of fits this morning. So we're working on that. We're going to continue to work on it through this little trading session. But we've only got 4 minutes before Val is going to peak. Val is going to speak. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to get prepped and ready. So most of the morning here, if we can share my screen. During that session, we got a little whippy action right in here, but since then it's just continued to drop a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. So we are now. We've been rallying for the last 20, 30 minutes, almost an hour. But where is this going to take us? So if we look at our, let's pull up a daily chart real quick here, and let's see where that, where we fit in the daily candle. So if you look at that, here's our daily candle, and we're right smack dab in the middle of our daily candle, right? So right smack dab in the middle of it, right there. So what that means is there's a lot of room to the upside, there's a lot of room to the downside, and we could see a pretty whippy market this morning, or during this announcement. Now, there's a couple of, almost everyone is anticipating at this point, almost everyone's anticipating a quarter basis point cut. What that means is that if that's what Powell comes out with, then and depending on what terms he uses, we'll either see a rally or a sell-off in the dollar. A couple of surprise opportunities. You know, the biggest surprise would be if he doesn't lower rates. That's the biggest surprise for the day. And if that happens, we're going to see the dollar just really really strengthen. The dollar will really strengthen in that case. And we're right down at these lows. And so if Powell does not cut rates, we're going to see the dollar just break through all those lows, think. That's my forecast anyway. Now, the other surprise is if he cuts at a half a basis point, so a half a percent. If that happens, then what we're going to see is we could possibly see a rally in the euro. We've been sideways in consolidation for the last 5 days, and so it should be an epic move. I'm going to buy a couple going into the event here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I got 7. So I'm kind of anticipating, if there's a surprise, I'm anticipating the surprise to the weaker dollar side.
So we got about 40 seconds here.
40 seconds before the event.
Keep an eye on the spread here, guys.
That's good. Todd's saying, can they hear you?
I don't know. I'm guessing that they can hear me now.
There it goes.
There it goes.
There it goes.
So spread's widening.
Spread's widening.
There. There.
Hit all of our triggers there, or all our targets.
15 seconds.
Starting to move already. Spreads at 2.5. So even if I put a buy order in right now, that spread will put
There we
the
go.
trade way up there.
Wow.
Another way.
Little tank. Oh. Let's see if it pulls back again. There we go. Now I'm going to start to buy. Ooh, they did not like
There
that,
they go.
did they?
No.
That was not what the market wanted to see. The dollar, at least, really strengthening right now.
Keep going.
So we could see a little upside down action. Oftentimes you get the initial burst and then you see the market start to retrace. So we'll see a little bit of whippy action.
10 seconds.
And let's see if we can get it, if it comes back. Now these are kind of out of play right now, but it won't take much for that market to rally back up. So interesting here, the bulk of the morning has been selling euros, right? And going into the news event, we saw the rally in the euro, and then the news event, and now we're seeing a sell-off in the euro, right? So we're seeing that happen, that over and over and over again here. We'll pull these up just a bit.
So they cut by 1/4%.
It was a quarter, so no upside surprise.
No.
Maybe that's why they were disappointed. I think a lot of traders were actually looking for a half a basis point, even though it wasn't factored in to the futures. All right, so we see the retracement, the dead cat bounce there, and now we're going to see it drop again, another layer here. So I'm going to put a couple more trades on the long side. And I'm going to use this volatility. I'm just trading volatility right now, direction. I'm not really looking at direction as much as I am looking at volatility right now. And there's some terrible latency between YouTube right now and what's happening in the market. So, okay, a new lower low is formed. And I'm up to about 1.5 watts, 1.6, 1.7. 1.8, 1.9, and 2. And I'm going to pause there for a bit. Just let that market wriggle around a little bit. And we're breaking all of the other supports. So all I'm going to look for now is I'm going to look for a bounce. See if I can get a little bounce in mind. Take max losses on those. That was a big move. So now I'm upside down and I'm going to build into a little bit bigger position here. pull these targets back down. So now the best opportunity I have right now is that we get a little bit of volatility coming in and pushing that market back up to, there's a little push back up, a little bit more, and we should be back in the game. A little bit more, there we go. Now I'm gonna start to peel off a little bit, there we go. So right back in the game again. Now the rally is starting to come in, big tail on the 5-minute chart. Now the turning point that, okay, I just had a cord fall out of my computer. All right, really starting to stall out, move sideways, right? I think I just lost YouTube.
No, just, I don't have a screen anymore. But I think I'm back on YouTube, so we'll just show everybody in the room. I got Todd's screen, which is on press conference.
Do they not provide you with a LAN connection here?
There's a, hey, you guys are all on YouTube right now. There you are.
Wave.
You're famous.
Where am I?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Anybody got the, anybody doing the, what do they call that dance that the kids do?
Floss.
The floss. Anyone want to do the floss real quick?
Who can do it good?
Backpack kids.
Yeah. All right, there it took out a whole series of profit targets right there, so that's good. And we're gonna go down and test that low, the low of the consolidation again. So we'll see if we can. Let's see if we can get a turn higher here, or whether it breaks these lows. I'm gonna put a couple of longs in, very small position, but I feel like this one, if it's gonna break lower, this is the point where it can do it. So the door is open right now for a break lower. Now whether the market takes it or not, I don't know, but it's open.
Whether it becomes a barn door.
It's a barn door. Which FX broker do I use? We don't use a broker. So Apiary Fund is an institution. So we're set up we're set up directly with liquidity providers. So we don't go through an intermediary like a broker. So Sam, that answer was for Sam. Yeah, tired. Montague says, you guys are a tired-looking group out there.
Well, maybe you should.
Well, I wonder why. They were up, they got up, okay, they took a nap between about 8 o'clock and midnight last night, but then we got them up at midnight to trade the European session. So they traded from midnight till about 2:30 this morning, and then they went back to bed and got back up at 6 a.m. for the New York session. So yeah, they're a tired group. But they are troopers, and they're smiling. Winda's smiling. Everyone else maybe not. Winda's been smiling the whole time, so we're happy. All right, here's that break. So that's the door that was open for the sellers. We said that door was open for them to break it, and this is the break. We're 38 seconds into the break, so there's a good chance that this could be a whipsaw still. So we'll watch for this candle to rally all the way back up, because you've still got 26 seconds left on that candle. Watch watch it pull back, watch it pull back. Yeah, 17, 13, 12, 11, 10. So kind of a little bit of a whipsaw there, right? That's one of the things we've been practicing here at the boot camp is when and how to recognize when those whipsaws occur. And we've seen a lot of demonstrations. The market has been a really good teacher this week because we've had a lot of whipsaws, right? Right. So a pullback or a failure to break is an open door for a long. So I'm going to put a couple of longs in here and see if we can get another, see if we can just catch another pop higher. Now the door's still open. I mean, the door's open both directions right now. This could go up or it could go down. There's no, there is absolutely no bias, no probability, no advantage with probability at all in one direction or another. It could go either direction right here. I've been trading the long side of this, but it could go either direction. So I'm going to put in a couple of longs right in here. And let's see if we can get this market to turn higher. And right back up on that line again and forming a little tail on the downside. So we're looking for a little bullish pop, just a little pop, doesn't need to be big, just a little one.
Yep.
There, starting to hit a few of my targets right there. Very good. Layer 1 has been triggered. Let's see if it gets to layer 2. Layer 2 is a little out of bounds right now for the market, for the way it's been trading. So it's a little out of bounds. It's going to have a little bit more moxie to hit those targets up on top. Wow, Jose Caballero, 422 pips today. That's fantastic. Can I tell you what's happening? I'm trying to, Karen, you are so awesome. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to dictate what I'm doing, but it's nigh impossible, so I apologize for that. These are the hazards of doing a live event in a location that you're not familiar with, and using internet connections that you're not familiar with. So. Okay, pulling back again. So again, this little sideways consolidation has just been rock solid ever since the event. So right after the event, we had a big push lower. It retraced that drop, and since then it has been in a sideways consolidation. We've had an attempt to break higher. That failed. We had an attempt to break lower, and that so far has failed. And so now we're just moving more and more sideways, just continuing to move sideways. We have press conference, Todd.
Yes, 1 minute.
Press conference in 1 minute. So how Powell responds to a lot of these questions will determine which direction this market breaks. So this will be an important, it'll be important for us to kind of watch and see where and when this thing breaks. So we're right smack dab in the middle of the consolidation right now. Do we break higher or do we break lower? That's the question, and Hal's gonna answer that for us.
Usually the comments are short and sweet, so it shouldn't take long.
Short and sweet comments from Hal?
They usually are.
There's just too many questions, that's the problem. So we've got a series of support and resistance lines right here. There he comes. Starting to gather in.
We'll see the charts probably move before we see him.
The charts will move before
As soon
they.
as he walks in the door, they'll be like, looking at the expression on his face. There we go.
So let's do a face analysis of Hal when he walks through the door here.
Does he say hello or good morning or afternoon?
There he comes. He's in. Goes straight to the podium. Very serious man right now. Oh, look, he's shaking. You see that? He's shaking.
What's going on?
Stays right there for now.
And he's talking. I don't know what he's saying, but his mouth is moving.
That's good.
He's got prepared comments. He knows exactly. He did not want to come in unprepared, so he wrote everything down, right?
He's saying that the internet may not be working.
Oh, that's what it is. The internet. I apologize, everyone, to the world. My internet connection here at the press conference may not be working. That was funny, Tom.
Yeah, just for the folks in Ogden, Utah, the internet.
He looks very serious, though.
It was. It's a bit much.
All right, we are still right in the middle of that consolidation.
There it goes.
Starting to sell off right here a little bit,
Send some.
making a turn. I want to see if we can get a little break lower. But here's the support layer. Market is on support right now. I need a break to hit my targets. Break lower. And a rally back up. Ooh, big rally back up. So I'm gonna wobble a little bit here and build another position. And let's see, back down on that support again. And let's see if we get a break. I'm just keeping it real small right now. I'm not getting in too heavy on anything. Like I've told the folks here at the boot camp, I'm just dipping my toe in this water right now. Got 0.5 lots on, so just a really tiny trade, real small, keeping it real small. And that support level's holding. That's going to open the door for a little rally here. I still don't know what Pal's saying, but we'll see it, right? Whatever he says, we'll see in the market. His prepared comments will be very ambiguous and not very controversial, right? That by design, they don't want to rock any boats with the prepared comments. The good stuff will come when people start asking him questions. That's when, you know, he'll be in the spotlight, and how he answers those questions will dictate which direction the market will go. So don't expect much right here. Maybe hopefully a little break, or at least Maybe I'll just start to peel off a little. Maybe a little break right here would be nice. A little break lower.
It is quite flat though
For
what's going on.
for the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he knew everything was kind of focused on him today, so no real reason to rock this boat. Market makers already know the news, right? Someone probably knows the news. All right, it's starting to have another. It's found its support. It's starting to. So I'm going to peel off those trades. So a failure to break at this point is an open door for another leg higher. But oh no, now it's starting to. Oh, that was a sneaky move right there at the end of that candle. Did you see that?
Yeah,
It was a slip right at the end of the candle. Did you see that? That was a sneaky move.
Over the year, however, incoming information on global growth, trade policy uncertainty, and near inflation have led to
Now we get here, Trump or Powell.
consequences of the path of policy interest rates that would best support that outlook.
Now it's question time.
Now it's Q&A.
What do you know?
All right.
That looks like a good answer.
All right. A second wick test low. A second test of the wick low. Right there. Oh. Someone asked an interesting question, huh? There they go, huh?
They're complaining about the internet connection.
All right, let's see if we get a pop or a break, a lower break. It looks lower, huh?
Oh, boy.
Okay, still not out of the woods yet. It's just right on those lows right now.
Yep.
Forming a little wick. Yeah. And a bigger wick. Let's see if it goes. So the turning point right now for this trade is this line right here. So longs will happen above that point. The turning point for the low, or the breakdown for the low, we've got a body here, but we also have a wick down here. So there's a lot of ambiguity between those two bottom lines right there. So 27 seconds on this candle, and there's a break. I'll try and catch a little momentum on the sell here. Try and catch a little bit of that break as it forms. Hopefully it's not a big whipsaw. New candle. So that's good. Oh, that candle comes back up. Build another short in here. And was this a trap? No trap? there's another turn lower, peeled off a couple, so I'm gonna peel off a couple of my outside trades. Now, a lower low here. Is it gonna give us a lower low? Not a lower low. It's really holding at these lows right here. It's holding it. Let's go back and look on the daily chart because I think we're at that huge support level on the daily chart. Oh, we're breaking it. Yeah, never mind. We're breaking that support level on the daily chart. Let's drop back to the 1 hour or 1 minute. That was a big break on the daily. Now be careful for the wick on the daily. Be careful for that wick, right? The same principle that we've been talking about this whole week where those wicks come in. You watch, it's got the rest of the day to pull that big candle, that big break up and form a tail. So be really careful about that in your trading. So don't just assume that that's a big break on the low side, on the bottom side. That won't truly break until sessions close. All right. Now I'm closing out of all my trades because we're getting some bullish action back in the market. And I'm going to start a long position now. So I'm just going to start to build into a long position and try and catch a little bit of a rally, a bullish rally. Any word on what he's saying, Todd? Do you know?
He's moving his mouth a lot.
Yeah.
That.
He's a mouth mover. I guess he's a mouth mover, but Trump's a finger twitter or something like that.
Yes.
All right. Another test of the lows, another wick on the bottom side. And again, I'm building into long positions right now. Just gonna try and scalp a little bit of this volatility as the market tries to make a turn higher. There's enough room in there that we can catch little pieces here and there. Ooh, that was a bad trade, bad fail anyway. Pull that down, there we go. And that's a good one. Now, kind of have to wait again, see if we get some more, another high probability movement. The question out here is why am I not going long? I went long and caught that little break, that little turn on the turn higher. But it hit all my targets and so I'm done with that trade. Now I have to wait. That's my rules anyway. I gotta wait. Okay, if this pulls back to the white line, that's the first retracement of a breakup. And I can get into some longs on that. Not quite far enough back yet. Starting to get a little bit better, and it rallies. And they're a new higher high. So there's a new higher high. Now, next line, hopefully the market will rally up to the old support, in which case we're gonna build into a couple of short positions, anticipating a turn at those old shorts. Or a turn right here. Build in a bunch of trades right there. Uh-oh. Man, a false turn, right? Boy, it's surprisingly calm, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. All right, there's the, hit all those little targets on that turn lower. And 9 seconds. Let's see if this is a true break. 4, 3, 2, 1, new break. It's a break, right? Now, what that means is the next most probable move is a move back down to the lows down here, so. We'll see if that happens or not. Well, I think, folks, I don't know what Pal's saying over there, but I think that I'm going to wrap up. We have had such a challenge in our internet today, and I apologize for that. Next FOMC session, hopefully we'll be able to do it from our offices where we have really solid internet connection, really good upload speeds and everything like that. So look for us, and we're kind of making a habit of this, aren't we, Todd?
Yep.
Every FOMC we've been trading it. So
We'll have to get the ice cream stand out again one day.
when's the next event? Is it September?
September, I think September.
September? You want to do ice cream in September? We'll pull out the ice cream
Hot
stand.
chocolate,
Hot chocolate?
we'll based off the season, we'll decide what
We'll
gonna have.
decide. We'll maybe
As long as there's food involved, I'm in.
How about an adult beverage?
food for Todd.
Any adult beverages?
We'll do apple spice donuts.
There you go.
For anyone out east, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those apple cider donuts. Oh my gosh. People from Vermont and those are to die for. Well, traders out there on YouTube, thanks for having patience with us. Apologize for the confusion. Again, if you don't mind, oh, there you are. Hi. I don't know where I'm talking. If you don't mind, just click a like if you like the trading session, and if you want us to do more of these, we appreciate that like. It helps us out on YouTube. Also, check out Trader on the Street. If you haven't signed up for Trader on the Street for the tap room, go over to traderonthestreet.com, sign up for that. We're keeping it really reasonable. We're down around $15 a month for the subscription. But what you get in that Trader on the Street is access to these trading sessions that I did this morning with Damar. I was like, Damar. And they're so fun. They're a great opportunity to just really dive into a trading session and kind of get the play-by-play from as I'm coaching a guest trader like Damar through a trading session. So head on over to Trader on the Street and sign up for that, and then watch Damar's presentation or trading session this morning. It was awesome. You'll really like it. For those of you who aren't a part of Apiary, make sure you check us out. You can get in with a trial over at Apiary Fund, and we'd love to welcome you to our trading community. We have some fantastic traders like all the guys here. Can we pan the room here? We have some fantastic traders in the Apiary Fund community, just the cream of the crop, and we'd love to have you be a part of that. So wish you all the best of success in your trading. Wish you all the best of success in your trading, and we will catch you next FOMC. Thank you. And cut.
That's a wrap.